This is the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
You're inside Jamaica Magazine.
Encouraging the information flow, sharing the news and views you need to know.
We are building an informed Jamaica every day.
Listening to what you say.
It's Wednesday, November 25. Thanks so much for opening the covers of today's edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm your host, Alison Watson. Coming up, World AIDS Day and Anti-Stigma Campaign launched. Tanzania's president welcomes collaboration with Jamaica to boost agriculture production in both countries. And water minister says plans are in the works to ease water woes in the corporate area. Later, we look at standard technology and information sharing in our regular feature on the work of the Bureau of Standards. Do stay with us. The news in detail after this break.
I'm young, gifted, and violence-free.
I will stand up for peace.
No matter what you say,
you can't take that away.
I'm young,
gifted, and violence-free.
I choose to live.
I choose to be me.
And now the news. Minister of Finance and the Public Service, Audley Shaw, will outline to Cabinet soon proposed reforms to the administrative structure of the tax system. The minister made the announcement yesterday. He says the reforms will address key issues, such as separating the process of domestic and international taxation. The reforms are also intended to cut down on tax evasion and corruption. One of the plans is to turn the Customs Department into an executive agency. Minister of Health Rudyard Spencer says Jamaica is at the forefront of the fight against HIV/AIDS in the developing world. That was outlined in an address delivered on the minister's behalf by head of the HIV/STI program, Dr. Kevin Harvey. Dr. Harvey was speaking at the launch of World AIDS Day and Anti-Stigma Campaign at Jamaica House yesterday. He says many countries look to Jamaica for guidance and leadership, adding that the country's achievements are recognized around the world.
We have seen a dramatic decline in AIDS cases and mortality, and approximately 60 to 70% of persons living with the virus are now on antiretroviral drugs within Jamaica. This compares to the Caribbean average of around 55%.
According to Minister Spencer, despite the country's achievement in fighting HIV/AIDS, stigma and discrimination still remains a major obstacle. The health minister commends health workers, civil society and the media for the work that has been done for over 2 decades to deal with this. Delivering his speech, Dr. Harvey applauded the courage and determination of those persons living with HIV/AIDS who have stepped forward and have demanded a voice in both decision-making and the campaign to end stigma and discrimination.
You have faced down hostility, ridicule, isolation, ignorance in your families and communities, and in so doing, you have given many persons who are infected and affected a fighting chance.
The anti-stigma campaign was first launched in 2006 with Anisha Taylor and Ainsley Reid as the faces of the campaign. This year's campaign theme is Yes, I Can, Support Someone Living with HIV/AIDS. It is aimed at getting Jamaicans to change their behavior towards persons living with the disease. World AIDS Day will be observed on December 1. President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Jakaya Kikwete, has expressed the hope that his visit to Jamaica signals the beginning of a long association between the two countries. President Kikwete was speaking while on a tour of the Bodu's Research Station in St. Catherine yesterday. He points out that some 85% of Tanzania's citizens live in rural areas and says agriculture is the mainstay. The president revealed that his major preoccupation, therefore, is to transform Tanzania's agriculture sector and make it more productive. President Kikwete says he is impressed by the work being done here in Jamaica and sees the potential to boost agricultural development through the sharing of information between the two countries.
From what I've seen, I've heard here, seen, and from what I've seen on the road coming here, I think there is need for us to develop cooperation, particularly within our research institutions and your institutions. There is need of exchanging information, exchanging experience, and use that experience for the benefit of our two peoples and two countries.
Agriculture Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton led the tour. He too expressed the hope that the visit will strengthen agricultural relations between Jamaica and Tanzania.
We're quite mindful of the fact that in Tanzania, the bulk of your economic activity is in the area of agriculture. As a consequence, we share that very important variable, and we believe we can learn from each other.
Before embarking on the tour of Bodle's facilities, Minister Tufton presented the President with a copy of Dr. Thomas Philip T.P. Lecky's autobiography, Cattle and I. Lecky is considered to be the father of cattle genetics in Jamaica. President Kikwete leaves Jamaica tomorrow for the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in Trinidad. Prime Minister Bruce Golding will lead Jamaica's delegation at that conference. Jamaica is seeking re-election to the Council of the London-based International Maritime Organization, the IMO. The Council is the executive arm of the IMO and is responsible for supervising the work of the organization. There are 3 categories of countries on the Council. Category A has 10 states which have the largest interest in providing international shipping services. Category B consists of members with the widest interest in international seaborne trade. Category C, meanwhile, accommodates countries with special interests in maritime transport or navigation. For these countries, election to the Council will ensure representation of all major geographic areas of the world. Jamaica was first elected to the influential Council in 2007 and is now seeking re-election to Category C. Minister of Transport and Works Mike Henry says a second term will strengthen the government's efforts to develop the country's maritime industry. The elections take place this Friday, November 27. Prime Minister Bruce Golding has helped 3 basic schools in the corporate area improve their access to information communication technology. Yesterday, the Prime Minister formally handed over computers and televisions to 3 basic schools in the West Kingston constituency. Mr. Golding is the Member of Parliament for the area. The donations were made possible with the help of the Lift Up Jamaica program. According to Jamaica House, it represents a thrust to ensure that all basic and primary schools have access to computers. The beneficiaries are the St. Barnabas Carnival and Charles Chinloy Basic Schools. And finally, in today's newscast, Minister of Water and Housing, Dr. Horace Chang, is appealing for understanding by residents affected by the low water storage levels at the Mona Reservoir. Minister Chang toured the reservoir yesterday to examine the situation on the ground. Mona is the largest raw water storage reservoir in the country. Its supply capacity has been seriously depleted due to the very low rainfall in the Hope and Yalas watersheds. Minister Chang says his ministry and the National Water Commission, the NWC, are working hard to implement a number of critical medium and long-term initiatives to limit the impact of the drought.
We have in fact evolved the kind of plans that will bring water to the corporate area, but it will take time to build and construct under the Jamaica Water Sector Improvement Program. This year, and hopefully and possibly the following year, we will have to work with the Water Commission to conserve and manage what little we have.
The Mona Reservoir is supplied with water from the Hope River through a canal and from the Yalas and Negro rivers through a 19-mile-long cross-country pipeline. It is presently struggling to meet citizens' needs with only about 50% of its 809 million gallon storage capacity. Those were the stories making the news today. For more information, please visit our website at www.jis.gov.jm. Stay with us. Jamaica Magazine continues.
I try to be as organic as possible. I'm a healthy eater. If I had a choice, I wouldn't.
Children fess up about their eating habits.
What they're having when you're not looking.
Are you serving their interests?
What will they take and how will they have it?
Hear them call the shots.
I'd like it in a salad with a little dressing. I would like it to be refrigerated.